Patience. Solar.
This song.
Yeah, me too. Welcome back to the GSL Code S. It's time for our final match. It's between JJAKJI and Solar. This has been so far the day of the underdogs. Patience actually is the first to get out. Not that he was unworthy of doing that, but honestly, I didn't really expect it to turn out this way today.
No, it's certainly been kind of a wild day. Maru in last place. Like, this guy could top 4 last season and is falling so early and so quickly. And the thing is, JJAKJI played amazingly against him, and Solar just had a knockdown series against him. Like, that was one of the best series of the year, no doubt about it. Those two just really showing their just fully everything that they can do on these maps, these strats.
Now, I know that Solar looked like one of the greatest Zerg players against Terran of all time, and he really was in that series. But that is exhausting to play 2 games like that and go immediately into another best of 3 against a player the caliber of JJAKJI.
Yeah.
JJAKJI may take it. He may get that advantage that you get from coming from the winner's match.
Yeah.
You had time to rest. You had time to focus and try to restructure your game. It may come back to hurt Solar as well as he played against Maru.
You're right about that.
You could tell them that you tried, but there ain't no going back. They'll never catch
me. In the upper right, in the blue, he is
Team Revolution, JJAKJI.
in the upper left, in the red, our Zerg player, he is
Splice, Solar.
So do we think it's going to be a Reaper game, Artosis?
No, I don't think so. I think he's going to play a more normal style here, maybe Hellion Banshee type stuff. But
okay.
Solar is going one base to open. Well, not necessarily one base, but I think he could
hatch first.
think that it could possibly be some sort of Reaper play. So it looks like it's probably just a macro play with quick speed, kind of like dark plays. But we could see an all-in from him. We don't really know yet.
All right, there goes the second hatchery now. Still waiting to see what kind of approach JJAKJI has. JJAKJI, by the way, dismantled Maru at the start of our day today with really good tactical play.
Yeah. He was super decisive in every way and kind of did somewhat similar plays in the games and just kind of outdid him. I mean, it was a really, really well-done series, and I don't feel like Maru was playing particularly poorly today. I mean, obviously this wasn't not Maru's best day because he lost, and on Maru's best day he will win GSL, you know? On his best day he's like absolutely one of the best in the world, but we can't just be like, wow, he just sucked tonight. Like, occasionally players do, and I'm sure he'd say he played at 20%, but it's not the case.
No, I totally agree. I think he showed some really awesome games, but these other guys he's played against, man, Maru was having the fight of his life and just couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
By the way, the Reaper is going to scout and find Zerg over here in the upper left. Meanwhile, Ling's coming out across the map. Looks like he may be able to get this SCV uncontested with a reactor on the way.
By the way, I like that Solar is mixing it up a little bit from what he showed previously. Because JJAKJI did get to see that Solar wants to open like kind of macro-y and go into Lingbane Hydra. So how does JJAKJI play against that? And the thing is, even coming in tonight, having watched a ton of Solar games, it's just, that's what I thought he'd do as well. That's what he did. He did that against Maru, who he probably, and rightfully so, would say is the guy he would think he would fight right to make it through. So what does he do against JJAKJI, who's kind of the surprise here? I think he'll do the same, but how does JJAKJI fight against this? Like, will he go siege tanks faster or something? I don't know.
Well, let's also keep in mind the position here is quite important. Them both hugging the top. Definitely a game where Terran could start to try to push heavily, try to force Zerg out of trying to consume the rest of the map. Instead, it's Zerg defending and possibly being broken. And, you know, that's kind of how JJAKJI beat Maru. I know it's different matchups, but it's the same idea.
It's like the 4th base. Do you take that as that kind of pocket base?
Or do you take that weird obscure base in the bottom left?
Yeah.
It's kind of isolated.
And getting your creep spread completely there and reinforcing that base if they like send medevacs down there or something, that's some tough stuff.
Oh, the trees are on fire.
Oh.
That's why you don't leave the Christmas lights plugged in, guys.
They did that on Mythbusters to check, and it's like not very likely to happen.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
There'll be houses burning down all over the place, Artosis.
Well, only at Christmas time.
That's right.
Just ask for a new house from Santa.
The decorated bedrooms of a lot of 17-year-old girls would burn down as well if you left the Christmas lights on all year.
Yeah. By the way, an armory on the way, and he'll scout this right away. That is such an important scout to see the armory. Look at that, the Roach Warren instantly going up. Cloak on the way as well. So this is like a very forward style. If Solar can hold on, and normally what you do is you have some Lings, you have Queens, and then you go into Roaches. If he can hold on without really losing drones, he's going to be in very good shape.
Now you can get a little bit abusive here, just in between the rocks and the ledge, and of course down there where the minerals are. You can kind of set up a wall here. And it's not easy for the Queens to kite, but they definitely get to kite a little bit more easily here on top of the creep. Now note he's going for that. Oh my god, that mine was sick. If you can keep the medevac alive or even bait out the Queens forward again. Whoa, meanwhile, over here, we have a counterattack with these Lings, but that may not be the real story if this push can continue onward any further.
Uh-oh. Definitely some damage starting to go down to this mineral line. A couple workers falling. 7 SCVs over on the other side.
Oh my god, he didn't get the shot off. That's so crazy.
Yeah, that would have been insanity.
That would have been huge.
That would have been massive.
It would have been big.
It would have been gigantic.
Yeah. So it looks like the rush slows down and comes to an end. When it's all said and done, it was actually Terran that lost more workers than the Zerg. And, you know, it's crazy. The drones were so bunched up. Had they hit, that would have been the whole point of the rush.
Yeah.
You know, and he gets all the workers at the natural.
That would have been like 10 more drones or something, which would have been madness. Now, he got a lot of Lings. He killed 5 Queens. It's kind of nice. He does have Cloaked Banshees, so maybe he can get some damage done, a little bit of poking on the sides of the minerals, but there's already spores up. It's not catching Solar off guard in any way.
Yeah, Solar's already ready for the next phase. The spore finishes the exact moment the Banshee arrives. Of course, the Banshee can still stay out of range, try to pick off a few more drones here and there. It's pretty much over as far as ground pressure goes from the Terran for the time being. The Roaches are beefy enough. They can pretty much answer everything. Terran will need to get medevacs out and stim and you know, the rest of that combination in order to have any push potential. However, Hellion's coming in here. Again, this angle is kind of tough for the Zerg to defend. It's kind of an awkward runaround you got to do.
Yeah, additional 5 drones going down. Now with the double Banshee, you can one-shot drones, so definitely some swift micro can occur here. Denying that evolution chamber for a moment. Lair is coming up. It'll be interesting to see if he goes on this same route of into Hydras, like he did open with the Roaches. That doesn't mean he'll necessarily stay there. But JJAKJI has already started siege tank production. Now, was this originally a plan? Will he just continue onwards with the siege tank production?
I think it is. I think he wants to win with a push. I think he wants to get set up, try to come in here, get a good angle, maybe drop. Maybe even send some Widow Mines up there, try to drop in the, you know, in the main or somewhere like that, and then try to push in.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, and the thing is, I like the siege tank production based on what he's seen from Solar. Solar wants to, you know, be on like a Hydralisk tech. It looks like he's going to stay on the Roaches for a bit here, which is not bad either. Like Roach Ravager definitely can fight toe-to-toe against Terran for a while. And that speed as well as the upgrades.
Okay, he's driven out the Overlord. As this game continues onward, we're waiting to see how can Zerg secure a 4th base coming into this. In these positions, it's very different from the previous game we just saw. The fact that they're both holding the top part of the map, it still does become tricky for Terran to try to expand to the bottom right. Obviously, Terran has no option to really expand to the bottom left. Zerg can kind of, sort of, maybe somehow get the bottom right, assuming this game goes on for super long. But we can't really focus on that now until we get past the push phase here from Terran.
Now, this push is really scary. 1-1 on Roach speed, not quite done yet. Multiple Siege Tanks and Banshees, so that is like some anti-Roach damage right there. He's going on to creep, though. Gets it a little bit more scary. Backs up now to the Watchtower.
Okay. Zerg has enough that he can basically bully Terran back. Stim's now done, but I don't think Terran's going to try to come in here just yet. Now, Solar seems to think he can come in here and actually shut this down, and this would be denying Terran the third base, which actually would kill a lot of workers. Is it an overextension, though?
I think it
Stim
is. I
with
don't think you can
Banshees?
do it yet.
Well,
yeah.
you need Queens to fight off the Banshees. You cannot use Ravagers. Banshees automatically beat this. But with Cloak here and no Overseer, it doesn't really matter. You're just burning off some of your transfuses to, I guess, make your army not die for a little bit longer. And there's another transfuse. Still no Overseer here. A lot of Queens being taken out. That's going to hurt the ability to make more creep tumors here on the map.
A few infestors being added in here as well to help make that ridiculous combo of fungal plus corrosive. Still staying on this tech, adding some lings in now is Solar.
By the
a
way,
second factory for JJAKJI.
By the way, Solar definitely going for like a battle Zerg approach here, completely adapting to the positions on this map. Roach, Ravager, Queen, a few infestors coming in here for good measure. JJAKJI's going to have to be very careful here.
What do you think about that fourth base that Solar took? Was he putting on enough pressure to really...
Yeah, I think so. He's got an Overlord at the top just to the right to spot. Oh, no, he doesn't.
What's
it's
that?
to drop.
Ooh.
It's a Roach drop. Okay. I guess.
Don't see that too often, but yeah, you know, as Solar, he'll drop.
The year is 2017, and Roach drops are a real thing.
Oh, nice pickoffs here if he gets both. Ooh, just
Doesn't
barely
quite
making
get
it.
it. He's going to have to repair that.
But those Banshees riding a lot of damage in against this Roach comp.
I think this is something to draw the Terran's attention away for a little bit. You know, I think Solar's doing a perfectly fine job. He does have a lot of pressure here on the Terran.
I like that he's putting the pressure on and like pressuring enough that he could take that fourth base that was close by, and he's pushing his creep some. The burrow moves, like there's some cool stuff going on. I'm afraid though, because he's been sitting like 3-base economy a long time. He's going into Hive, but with this double siege tank production, I wonder how many tanks there are right now. There has to be at least 6 tanks.
There should be a good amount.
Like that,
enough to really push. I think Zerg set up some kind of clump of Zerg units below the Terran's third, probably because the tank count's gotten high enough that the push potential is really scary. So now Zerg wants to revert to try and rely on countering, and I think we're going to see that happen right now. Oh, it's Lings.
Oh man, that's like perfectly timed as well. As soon as those siege tanks are going out, goes right into this mineral line. Will we see JJAKJI turn around? The Lings doing massive amounts of damage. Oh my God, look at this!
That's everything.
You know, Solar.
You can't get more value than that for hitting an expansion.
With these little tiny amount of Lings, this was fantastic. Solar engaged the army for a moment there, so
now,
I guess that brought his attention away.
Zerg's maxed out, but the Terran army might be slightly better depending on whether or not the corrosive biles properly connect into the siege tanks. Note the speed at which JJAKJI wants to push. He's sieging up everything and then unsieging it. Even though Terran lost a lot of SCVs, Zerg has to first stop this push from moving on. Oh, wow. Just nuking that infestor.
2 of them falling, and they actually had fungals there, so that is very painful to lose those right now.
Another counterattack, although I think Terran should have enough if he just controls correctly. However, the push is still coming. It's still impending over here. But Zerg might let Terran push out just far enough before he dives on top of this army.
Baneling speed just now finishing, but that is a lot of siege tanks. So even though the bioforce is not as large as it once was, the siege tanks with a spread like this are so hard to break through.
Yeah, this might still be a knockout blow, but despite how well Solar's played, you have to deal with this push. And he's basically about to get in range of this hatchery.
Ultras are about to hatch. Chitinous plating a little over halfway done. I feel like he needs both those before he engages.
I think the spread is still pretty good here, though, for Terran. Unfortunately, as Terran also is below 40 SCVs right now.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of counterattack damage here.
At the same time, though, all these Lings that are coming down here are not going to be with this army to help defend. I guess it should actually be fine since Zerg's still maxed out and Ultras are hatching.
Yeah, Chitinous plating's about to finish.
I think now he might want to wait until Terran unsieges and tries to gain more of a foothold. I don't think Terran turns around. I might be wrong.
Some of these Ultras are really bruised, like so bruised you'd make banana bread out of them, okay? So what happens when he runs into that many
7 years and we haven't had that joke. That's pretty good.
Always new.
Wow. Well, the Lings are still counterattacking. Basically, Solar is hanging on until his army is the absolute strongest, and it should be that state when this next Ultra and the rest of the Lings hatch. Terran might actually go back and just hunker down. Say, take another base, buddy. This is your problem.
Huh. Well, if he maxes out on Ling Bane Ultra with like some Roach Ravager in there, I think that kills this, right? Like, siege tanks are good still, but not like when you have enough Lings that some of them connect with your actual units, then the siege tank splash starts really hurting. Like, I guess he killed the third, so that was good. But Solar does have a very scary comp. The Liberator tech switch definitely makes a lot of sense. The Spire only just now starting.
This is really smart. He's got a really good position where he's sort of defending the top base and sort of defending the third base, and he can always relocate if he has to. He's going to be expanding and setting up before the Zerg can get his hatchery up. This is all being handled very patiently by JJAKJI. JJAKJI is really playing a good chess game here. But at the same time, Solar has a very big, beefy army. And when the Spire's done, he'll be set up to switch tech perfectly. So, can JJAKJI play the right game? Will Solar overextend? I like the idea of where JJAKJI's taking this, but Solar's actually doubling down and playing kind of the same game that JJAKJI is. Solar's saying, look, I'm Zerg. I'm going to get the bottom left, and you can't do much about it. You definitely can't leave your base with this Zerg army that looks like it spends all day at the gym.
Oh, my God. This is the Kaldor Zerg army.
This is definitely the Kaldor Zerg army.
Yeah, that's the type of army
This army does not skip leg day.
No mutas.
No mutalisks.
That's our German accent right there.
Yeah, you could see we could do almost any accent. We're one of those uncanny impersonators.
Here's my Arnold Schwarzenegger accent. Where are the mutalisks? They'll be back.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Stop. Okay, so JJAKJI's going to try to make a little attack down here at the bottom left, but there's actually already enough lings and banelings. This is already not going to work.
That's a nice little force he has there to just make sure moves like that won't work. You know, there are a lot of Liberators being added, but Corruptors are being added here as well. With the upgrades that Solar's getting, does JJAKJI have to go into, like, the super ultimate late game? I don't know.
Hold up. It's Act 2 of the push.
Okay.
He has Liberators here. This is a really scary army. It's also an army that pickups are very strong against. We have a bunch of banelings coming in here that's going to kill everything. Just letting you know in advance.
Okay. I'm excited.
Whoa! Imagine being the guy in that tank.
Yeah. Wow,
that was not good.
Yeah, it didn't do as well as I thought. Not as well as you promised, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I let everybody down. I'm sorry about that. I apologize to my fans.
Well, was it you or Solar? That's the real question.
It was me, for sure. We have this attack coming in here. Now, again, it's the same idea. If he takes his base out, he will dislocate the positioning of the bottom left base and the top northern expansion. At the same time, though, Solar stopped JJAKJI from mining entirely for the time being.
Yeah, that's pretty painful. And JJAKJI has a very good composition. He's got a really high army supply here. The two Marauding Ultralisks just like having everything on lockdown here. It's so funny. I
do feel as though JJAKJI should pick up his army, drop over there while he sends his tanks back, and just resecure his base. Okay, don't do this, guys.
I think is he trying to force just a bad engage here out of Solar? Is that like his hope for a win?
No. Well, I think his hands are sort of tied, right? He's got all these tanks he can't get rid of. If he loses all the tanks, the ground army's going to run him over. This was the play I think he needed to do. He drops down here, kills everything, and Zerg is still probably going to be uncomfortable trying to break this attack. He does, I think, need to get these tanks over here because the Zerg army can just completely go around this.
Ooh, Roach is getting in on this space as well. Look at that, the Zerg army getting around this, as you said. Running right in at this point.
PvT and Brood War.
I know.
It's actually going to a funny base trade scenario. Everything is being wiped out, and I don't know if he can do anything to stop it. And there's no way Zerg should not go back.
Oh, my God. He needs to turn around. Look at all those drones that are just going to... He can't do that!
What is he doing up there? Oh, you're crazy!
Well, he yanks a couple of those out, so that helps, but he's tacking into siege tanks here.
Okay.
Siege tanks versus Ravagers.
Well, he's going to kill this army off.
Oh, my God.
Not a great income, though, here for Zerg to replenish his army. And Marines and Marauders are fine against Ravagers.
Well, he has one more mineral than he had on Newkirk against Maru, so I think he's going to be able to take this one.
Okay, he's going to be able to get this hatch. That means that Solar is not mining at all.
Does he have drones? He has 32 drones, so he can long distance, but that's going to give him almost no income.
Oh, my God. Actually, Solar might have enough
to kill everything. It's possible.
Okay, he's coming in here now. The Liberator's not quite able to do enough. The Corruptors take him out. Kiting coming in. Not a lot of medevacs here. Okay, he just has to dodge corrosive biles.
Yeah.
Corrupted
Okay,
Banelings, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Corrupted
Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm getting all the abilities swapped here. There's a maxing my brain out. I'm overclocking my brain trying to figure out who's going to win this. Now, he doesn't have a lot of stims left, by the way. If he stims one too many times, the army just melts. Oh, my God.
I guess is going to take this.
That's a big win.
He doesn't have enough to kill that all off. Almost every Corruptor falls. Don't worry, this Roach has got that base on lockdown.
Yeah.
These games tonight are just too crazy.
I know. Not enough money to make a hatchery. Maybe not worth it to make a hatchery. Terran is mining. Zerg has to stop it. Now, Corrosive Bile can stop mining here, at least somewhat. More medevacs are coming out. Medevacs might be the most important part of this.
Yeah, a lot of transfuses, too. He brought 3 queens with tons of energy, so this Ultralisk is just tanking so much damage and dealing so much. Look at this, he keeps microing it back.
Okay.
Oh, my God, this Ultralisk.
He might just barely have enough. He doesn't have enough stims left. There, it's it.
Holy
My
crap.
God.
That Ultralisk
Whoa.
Chills. Reminds me of the Suppy Ultralisk from like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Oh, my God. You know, if he had enough stims, he could have kept doing it. He didn't have enough medevacs because the Corruptor count was high enough. Solar. The Bear Grylls of Zerg.
I know.
Jesus.
Seriously. This guy gets into these weird situations, no economy. 14 minerals left one game, 15 minerals left the next. I mean, this is just insanity.
Making games you think you only read about in esports fan fiction.
Really?
Damn.
God, tonight is a truly good night of GSL. I can't even believe these TVCs here.
They are so good.
And I mean, the TVT wasn't bad, and the PV whatevers, the PVZ and the PVT were good games. But these TVZs, out of control.
This is easily one of the best nights at GSL ever.
A freak of TVZ.
We're going to go to Newkirk Precinct. What kind of game are we going to have this time around? Will JJAKJI go for the Reaper play? Or is JJAKJI going to go for his own style? We're going to find out. Again, Solar winning game number 1. Let's see what happens now in game number 2 in this best of 3.
I'm running for the river. You can ride, you can fly, you can tell them that you tried, but there ain't no going back. They'll never catch me.
In the bottom left.
Team Revolution, JJAKJI.
Put your hands back on the keyboard. It's the only time you can adjust your headset.
I have a lot to say about him.
In the bottom right, in the red, he is.
Splice, Solar.
Right now, JJAKJI's in his system.
Oh.
Oh, thank you, Artosis. Oh.
Well, that's what was called.
I normally only make that sound when I see Mac tasteless. He's going Ravens tasteless. The strongest unit composition in the game tasteless.
Oh my God, that is such a good impression.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I don't know if we're going to have Mech this time around.
That's as good as my Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, just nailed it.
Whoa.
I seriously, though, what is JJAKJI going to do in this game? Is he going to go for Reapers? Is he going to go for Mech? I don't think he goes for Mech.
No.
He might go for sort of what he did that last game, just pushing out.
Let's see. Man, I don't know. I like the Hellion Banshee stuff, possibly. He had that Hellbat push, let's not forget, that killed a bunch of queens and not too much else.
Yeah.
This factory should be...
I got to say, I've never seen such MacGyver Zerg in my whole life.
Well, this is like...
Solar...
It kind of looks like Dark Games a lot.
I know. I think it's almost a beyond Dark Games. I mean, we normally don't see Dark out of cash, and the Terran's mining, and he's like, watch this. He defuses the bomb with the hockey ticket.
It was pretty...
He breaks out of jail with the funnel and the lemon juice.
And you ask yourself how that would happen. How do you defuse a bomb with a hockey ticket? You just like types in the serial number on the hockey ticket, the bomb happens to be the password.
I'm like, oh, that doesn't make sense. But it's certainly not what I expected. Dude, even better if he types in the code and then it blows up. What are you doing? That's really how MacGyver dies?
That's what you thought this would
You might as well just put in your birthday. Hope you got lucky. What do you...
Can you imagine that? What a terrible TV show that would be.
He dies halfway through the episode. I'm like, it ends in season 2, episode 4? Okay.
He's like, why would you think that was the password? It was too many. That's an 8-digit serial number of that hockey ticket.
And it was actually a 10-digit. It was a 10-digit number, so we just put 00. He put 89 for some reason at the end.
As it's blown up, he's thinking to himself, "Oh, I should put the zeros at the front. Oh no!" And that's when he just dies. It's the end of MacGyver.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
It's like, and then we find out what the real password was. It wasn't anything like that at all. It's like, oh wow. Why? That was your last thought.
You were supposed to use it to cut the green wire, man.
Wasn't about like his family or like happy times. Just like, oh, the zeros were should have been in the front. Oh my God.
Okay, so we have Cloak coming here. The Vikings out. The Vikings going to try to drive out. Artosis is actually using Kleenex right now to wipe the tears away from his eyes. He's laughing so hard.
That's the funniest thing ever. Just the absurdity. It's too much.
So the Vikings going to try to drive out the Overlords, while the Banshees are going to try to come in here and to control some of the worker count. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He's going to get it. Well, he's getting the Liberator first? What? He canceled it. And he started it again.
Oh, I think it's like he's supply blocked at the moment. I think he canceled to start something else supply-wise. Okay, does he cancel the stim and go mech?
He does cancel the Cloak.
Yeah, canceling Cloak is like such an old trick, and it's very popular right now, too. We've seen it a lot.
So good.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, here come the Hellions, and they're going to slip right by.
Wow.
Everything gets through.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. He's got enough. He can one-shot these drones. This could be huge. This is exactly what JJAKJI needs to do. 10 drones go down.
A lot of drone barbecue right here. 13 drones already falling. Ling's finally getting on top of these, so it looks like it's done, but that was good damage right there.
Now, with that being said, even though we did all that damage, there's no longer Terran control on the map. So the Lings are now going to speed across the map.
Oh, my God. He's just got multiple drones with that Reaper as well.
16. There's no Baneling nest, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Just like make nothing but Lings and Baneling bust and win. It's like, oh, okay.
This is an old
I
game.
don't know if I learned anything from that, but okay.
Third CC almost done here, so everything looking pretty good. The drone count's so low. That's really rough. The Banshee's going to fly around. It probably won't get too many kills here, as there are spores and queens all about, and that creep spread out a bit. But really, all Solar can do right now is re-drone. And I mean, JJAKJI already has double eBays going, right? He's got all sorts of barracks on the way, really getting his production to right where he wants it.
This appears to be setting up for another tug-of-war game where it's going to be the map cut in half. Possibly Terran trying to push out with a really scary push. Possibly with Zerg trying to go for a little bit more of a combat approach, trying to engage that Terran push head-on, a little bit like we saw in the last game. By the way, I feel like JJAKJI is handling all of these games better than most of the Terran players we've ever seen.
He's doing a really great job, yeah.
I'm so blown away.
And this is really nice to see, because like he was kind of peaking up, what was it, like at the end of last year and then like some this year. Like we've seen him doing a good job a lot of times, and he's been very high on the ladder. Like in fact, for a little bit there when everyone was crazing about Beyond just crushing 7KMR over and over, like JJAKJI was like number 2 on ladder a bunch of times and stuff. He was like doing very well, and he's still quite highly ranked if I'm correct. So to see him like really deliver that level of play here tonight is really nice.
Great play here by JJAKJI. Okay, once again, Terran's moving in. This is when the stim is part of the game. Kiting backwards, looks at the links around, is actually pretty good. And actually, not bad at all by Zerg. Drives that out while taking the 4th base. Right when 1-1 completed, I wonder if Terran should have stayed back for a split second further.
Yeah.
He might have actually been able to win that fight.
Well, the Banshee was getting some drones, so that might have thrown Solar off a bit. Very decisive plays either way from JJAKJI, which you have to appreciate. Now, the Infestation Pit is on the way, and he's staying on Ling Bane at the moment. I think that he might be afraid of the fact that JJAKJI was so heavy on Siege Tanks so quickly, and if you go into that Hydralisk-based play against that, especially on a map like this, that Siege Tank push is going to kill you before Ultras.
Okay, Marines coming in here now. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, it doesn't seem like there's much to defend here.
The Infestation Pit's on attack! Like, what? They have all those claws, though. This is crazy.
Another push down here. Can he snipe any of these queens? Looks like he does not. Transfusing the queen that wasn't going to die.
Mostly just Ling Bane here, adding in a few Infestors. This has kind of gained some popularity lately with Korean Zergs, where we're seeing just Infestor Ling Bane trying to hold on into Ultras. So we'll see if he can get into there without too much problem. 2-2 is started for JJAKJI. I don't see it yet here for Solar, so that definitely can be an issue. Okay, just now getting into that.
All right. He's picking up and backing off. And I got to say, Solar's doing a very good job continuing to grow and explode on the map. Terran, at the same time, is also doing a great job shaving off Lings, trying to get a few queens here and there. Let's see if this Baneling drop connects. It's all going to be whether or not JJAKJI is actually watching. And he is at the last second. The last second. And while he's watching and moving that, he loses his drop over there at the top, which means the double-pronged attack has lost a lot of its teeth.
That is true.
Coming in here.
Very good point, but it shows just how on top of his game JJAKJI is here tonight. Nice Ling counterattack going on as this push moves in. Lots of Speed Banes going to be hatching here. He has some Infestors that are burrowed as well. Great scan to kind of scope that out.
Okay.
Does he not have the energy yet for a fungal? No. Felt like I saw a fungal situation there.
Okay.
Oh, that didn't hit as well as I thought it would.
We should just cast
25 SCVs dead over here. What?
Yeah, JJAKJI just didn't quite respond.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, it feels like Solar is torn him apart here.
Fungal time. Oh, he gets all the medevacs, which won't matter because they get away.
Yeah,
but it's the thought that counts. You wouldn't have been able to do that at home.
Later on, my Corruptors will kill those. I don't know if there will be a later on, though, to kill 25 SCVs like that.
Yeah.
Really, really injured JJAKJI. Now he's being pushed back. 4-base Solar here going into Ultra's Cavern.
You know, normally this doesn't work when Zerg sends everything in little chunks like this, but I guess it's kind of doing it this time.
All right, Solar pulling back onto his own creep here. Might have been slightly an overextension. Sees with that pathing there, the colliding of the underground Infestors. Tells him what's underneath. Doesn't look like he had a scan, though.
Terran needs to do some damage. Oh, great fungals.
Oh, man.
That's what he needed to do. And by the way, after this fight, I think that Zerg can pounce on top of the third again.
Yeah, you could be right about that, but 2-2 is almost done, and Ultra's Cavern is about to finish. I almost feel like I want Solar to sit back. Isn't the only way he can lose here is like a few bad Widowmine hits and like overextending? Does he really need to do more economic damage when he has Ultras on the way with 70 drones?
I think the answer is no. So, for now, Zerg is just going to keep growing. He wants Terra to try to step in again and then absorb him. Take in all those units. Ideally, if he can get rid of the medevacs, that's going to be the biggest win here. He'd have to get chain fungal set up. I don't quite think he has enough Infestors. But JJAKJI is saying at this point in time, he's low enough. He has to try to come in here and win in a ground fight. He needs to start denying these expansions because Solar's almost twice the size as far as economy goes this game. But this is a lot of medevacs. Basically, every Marine has something that's going to heal it. So every engage has to be one that Solar's going to win. Let's see if he can pull it off now.
Oh, God. A lot of the medevacs getting very low, though. The only way in which he's really leading. Oh, the Ling counterattack.
Yeah, the Lings can kill the SCVs and the Marines here.
God, yeah, they're 2-2 Adrenalines now.
GG, Solar did it. Solar is sick.
Sick play out of Solar.
Look at how happy he is. This is one of the best days he's ever had. He played so well.
Yeah, he did.
Some of the most impressive Zerg play I have ever seen. Ever.
His CVT is off the hook. And Patience really brought, at least in game number 1, something kind of new right now that he probably doesn't have very much practice against at all. So, you know, Solar definitely being thrown off guard there a bit. But in these ZVTs, man, he played just God mode. And look at JJAKJI just kind of wrecked here. He took out Maru. He did everyone in the group a gigantic favor.
Yeah.
And then he loses anyways. It hurts, man.
I have to say, it's got to be pretty painful for JJAKJI because he played so well today, but he's unable to advance to the round of 16. But honestly, this might have been the toughest group in retrospect in the GSL Codes, maybe ever.
Yeah.
These games were all so good.
Yeah, I think that this is a good point that like
everybody gets 5 stars today.
yeah, everyone
including
played
you,
so well.
Artosis.
Oh my God, Tasteless.
Including you guys at home.
You get 6 stars. This
Damn.
is, I tell you, this was like a ridiculously good day of games.
That was just so impressive. Let's go to this interview and see what Solar's thinking now that he's won.
이야기 나눠보겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
감사합니다.
Solar advances.
2016년
Congratulations. He
이후로
says
올라가는
thank you.
16강입니다. 먼저 소감 어떠세요?
일단 진짜 16강 못 가본 지도 되게 오래됐고 올해는 한 번도 못 갔잖아요.
네.
솔직히 패자전
I haven't been in the round of
내려갔을
16
때
this year.
선수여서
This is my first time in
솔직히 마음을
2017.
그냥 비웠거든요.
네.
When I went to the losers match and I was against Mario,
와,
I thought,
오늘
oh man.
테란전은 전부 다 처절했던
But in
것
some ways it
같아요.
helped me focus and
어떤
pull it
경기가
together.
제일 힘드셨어요?
짝지
What was the most
형이랑
difficult match for you
1세트가
tonight?
제일 힘들었고요.
네.
I think it was the match against
제가
JJAKJI,
최근에 연습하면서
especially in the first set.
대여병을 보면서 많이 느끼는 게
네.
게임을 확실히 침착하게 하면은 진짜
When I watched
아무리 불리해도 역전할
stats,
수 있더라고요. 그래서
He was
최대한
my former
침착하게 하는
teammate.
생각으로 계속 경기에 임했어요.
와, 오늘 그
I-
이야기가 정말
I learned a
많이
few things from him.
나왔거든요. 경기 내에서
No matter what the situation is, Stats always
눈에
keeps calm
보였습니다.
and comes back.
자, 오늘 이야기 차근차근 해볼게요. 일단 조지현 선수에게 좀 허무하게
Let's talk about
졌는데
today-
올해
let's talk about today's games one by one.
성적이 많이 부진한 편이거든요.
You lost
어떡해요?
against
진짜요?
Patience.
아, 그러면 조성호 선수 한
Almost
점인가요?
네,
needlessly.
아마 그런 것 같고요. 근데
Damn, Gary.
확실히 좀 코스가 이렇게 까다롭게
She's hard.
하니까
Are you weak
네.
against
확실히
Protoss?
상당히 어려운 것 같아서
네.
Well,
16강 가면 제가 만약에
I
지명할
think
기회가
Protoss is
생기면
difficult
조지현
for me to
선수
deal
뽑아서
with.
복수하고 싶어요.
But
아, 그래요?
since I've made it to the group
못
nominations,
보여드려가지고
if I've got a
네.
chance to pick,
좀 아쉬운
someone in my
부분이
group,
많이 나왔어요. 끝나고.
I might just
네,
be
오늘
picking
대기실
Patience.
뒷이야기로 많이 들을 수 있었던 게 조지현
Says he
선수
felt
좀
a lot of disappointment
무시하는
after he
것
lost against
같아요.
Patience.
무시합니다, 실제로.
그래요?
무시하는데 오늘
네.
져가지고 굉장히
Do
자존심이
you
많이
look down on
상했고요.
Patience,
네.
Solar?
다음부터는
Yeah, I do,
진짜
actually.
저 형한테 지는
I
게
look
제
down
세상에서
on
제일
Patience.
싫어요.
네.
그래서 꼭 다음엔 이겨야 될 것 같아요.
네, 조지현 선수를
He's attacked my
이기고
pride.
세레모니를 할 생각이라고 또 직접
can't believe I
본인에게
lost against him today.
하셨더라고요.
다음에는 꼭 이기고 세레모니 할 수 있도록 하겠습니다.
I heard you're going to do a winning ceremony after you win against Patience, but you weren't able to do that. He
그래도
says, "Yep,
이번에는
I
조성호
got to save that for next time."
선수가 없어서 또 이렇게 좋다고 하셨는데 조성호 선수에게는 그럼 어떤 점이 어려우셨어요?
그냥 마음을 비우고 성호 형이 마음을 비우고 게임을 해서
네.
You said you're happy because
지금
there's
말대로 에러
no.
모르겠다로
I didn't quite catch it.
게임해가지고
Something in your
그런
group.
것 같아요.
아, 조성호
네, 진짜 마음을
선수처럼
비우고
Oh,
편하게
she's been trapped with a
하니까
Protoss player in
저도
the
사실
group.
마음 비우고 편하게 하니까 또 경기력도 잘 나온 것 같고
네,
마음을 확실히 비우는 게 중요한 것 같아요.
I think
마음을
honestly, the
비우는
games all come down to my
선수에게
mindset. Most important thing
자,
is that
그러면 이렇게 해서
not to be greedy.
조성주 선수의 테란전도 기억이
and-
많이 남아요.
and just think about
조성주 선수의 바이오닉 그리고 메카닉
excuse me,
이런
empty my
경기
mind and focus on the game.
있었는데 메카닉 경기는 어떠세요?
사실 메카닉
So-
경기도 진짜 게임이 아예 끝날 때까지 제가 GG가 나올 때까지 아예 승리를 장담을 못했던 게
Gary asked about how to deal with
테라는
mechanical
커맨드를 띄울 수 있고
Terrans.
그래가지고 그런데
네,
가스가 없었나 봐요 성주가 그래가지고 갑자기 바이킹 한 마리가 잡히더니 나가더라고요.
네,
그래가지고 좀 진짜 솔직히 근데 그 경기도 제가 좀 쉽게 이겼어야 됐는데 좀 약간 부족했던 부분이 많아서 빨리 가서 보완하고 싶어요.
네. 진균 활용이 굉장히 좋았던
It
것
feels like a
같아요.
lot of the games where he was ahead against
그렇게
Smack.
오늘 인상적인
but he kind of
모습
bungled
많이
it.
보여주셨는데 자 이제 16강
He made some
조지명식에
mistakes, though.
올라가게 됐습니다. 혹시 원하시는
He
그림
said he didn't really
있으세요?
pull out the full advantage he could have had in that last game, or
조지명식이
the Mac
아직
game.
한참 뒤에 하잖아요.
Any plans for the group
그래서
nomination,
일단
Solar?
집에 가서 천천히 생각해 보려고요.
네,
No plans
그
yet.
전에 GSL
You've still got more matches in the round of 32.
후보 명단에 들어 있습니다. 어필의 시간 드릴게요.
오늘 이렇게 잘하는 테란들 잡고 16강 갔는데 꼭 많이 투표해 주셨으면 좋겠어요. 제발. 저
You've
진짜
been
하고
nominated
싶거든요.
to be in the GSL versus the world. Do you have
제발 꼭
anything to
많이 투표해
say?
주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
네,
I really, really want to
그래서
participate in the
또
GSL versus the world.
가고
Please
싶으실
vote for me.
텐데 이번 시즌 그래서 더 남다른 각오를 갖고 계시죠?
네, 그렇죠. 아무래도
I heard you want to participate
블리즈컨이
in BlizzCon as well.
최대한
Yes.
열심히 해서 꼭 블리즈컨
This last GSL.
올해는
Well,
또
excuse me.
상금이
This is
더
the last GSL this year.
크다고 하더라고요. 그래서
네.
더 가고 싶어요.
네, 그러면 현재 이
The results for this are very important for me.
랭킹상으로는 이번 시즌 우승이 반드시 필요하실 것 같아요. 마지막으로 각오 들어볼게요.
일단 진짜 최근에 서울로 이제
Any final words?
그 사는 곳에 이사를 했거든요.
네.
이사하고 진짜 게임에만 진짜 집중하고 있어서 앞으로 더 많은 기대해 주셔서 많은 기대.
I've moved into Seoul now. I guess he was living outside the city.
응원을 이렇게 많이
I'm
와주신
trying to
분들 다
focus more on
감사드리고
tournaments.
또 특별하게 연습
And I'm
많이
grateful
진짜
to
많이
anybody who's supporting me, especially my
현우 형이
fans,
진짜 많이
especially
도와주고
the people that
개념도
came down
많이
to the studio and
알려줘서
supported me.
현우 형한테 진짜 고마워요.
And also thanks to all the pro gamers that helped me practice and train.
알겠습니다. 이번 시즌 우승까지 응원하겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
감사합니다.
Oh, he says also a special thank you to Byeon.
네, 이렇게 2조의 두 번째 16강 진출자
trained a
오늘
lot with
처절한
Byeon for
경기를
this.
통해서 진출하는
This one
강민수
is so
선수
good.
만나봤습니다. 자, 오늘 2조의 최종 정리 확인해
Man,
주시죠.
what a night.
This night was so good.
It really was, and everything was 2-0. I tell you,
It didn't feel like
2-0.
it. Yeah.
Wow. Craziness. Just a lot of upsets and stuff. Patience followed by Solar. Patience with a clean 4-0. What else can you say, Tasteless?
Well, these guys are definitely going to be tough, scary opponents. I'm actually surprised Solar's saying, I'm going to just play off against Patience. You're crazy.
Patience played
looks
really
so
well
good.
tonight. Yeah, he was very cutting edge with what he was up to. Okay, our tomorrow night group.
Boy,
it is
can't
an
wait for
exciting
this.
one. Oh my God, No Regret is playing, guys. Another foreigner. The aggressive Canadian Zerg. He's been out in Korea for quite some time now.
That's right. He's been coaching and mentoring the other players, the non-Koreans. He managed to qualify this time. He's got a very aggressive style, but of course, Hero and Dark are in this group. Hero's looking scarier than ever, and Dark needs little explanation. He's oftentimes the best Zerg in the world.
Yeah.
Trap is a tricky player. We're going to have to see what happens with these players duking it out. I actually think there is a chance No Regret can move on.
There's definitely a chance there. I definitely agree with you there, but I'm excited just to see what happens. Anyways, the GSL Verse World is coming up, of course. Don't forget, August 3rd is our very first day. You guys absolutely must tune into this. It is going to be a blast. Cannot wait.
Man. Well, guys, I guess we'll be seeing you very soon here. Because we've got more GSL throughout this week.
Yeah, we have so much GSL this week. 4 days of Code S. And then
Damn
you get to watch all sorts of other great stuff. I am Shanghai coming up, GSL Verse World coming up, round of 16 coming up.
Can't wait, Artie.
Yeah.
We are going to be going in just a little bit here, guys, but this was a lot of fun. Definitely join us. It's going to be in a little bit under 24 hours, the next GSL, and then the day after that, we've got it as well.
Yes. Don't forget to vote for GSL vs. the World.
Vote.
We still have a few more days. 26 hours left or so for the... Is that
voting?
right?
Yeah.
It has to be, well, 2 a.m. KST. It's only 10 now, so that'd be 28 hours. It's 28 hours left for voting. So definitely do that, guys. If you want to, well, whoever you want to see go forward into the GSL vs. World. That's a really big deal for everyone involved.
Yeah. Today was good. I feel fulfilled.
Yeah, today was very, very nice. I will sleep well tonight. I hope you will too.
Yeah.
Recommend this to people.
Yeah.
It was
People should
truly
check
a
out this
great
VOD,
night. It was a
for
truly
sure.
great night.
Thank you guys for joining us. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are.
I was doing fine, getting lost in time without you. I have tried to rise above all of the anger that I kept. As it left to me, oh, it left me for dead, just like sand.